Here we go. We're about to jump into LCS finals or LCS Academy finals. I'm gonna just jump straight into Champ Select because I'm gonna be trying to provide my own commentary for it as opposed to depending on listening to their commentary for it. Here we go. So we've got TSM Academy versus Cloud9 Academy. These are two, I think, definitely the best teams in Academy from what I've seen, which, to be fair, is not a whole lot. But, I mean, it's no joke. Cloud9 Academy, they, straight up have some really great players on there. They've got, obviously, Bobber and Golden Glue, which they're probably going to incorporate into a 7-man roster here. They've got Keith, who's been in and out of LCS. He's had kind of mixed success. Then they've got Kumo and Diamond. Haven't seen a whole lot from those two, but Kumo's definitely looking pretty solid up top. Meanwhile, on the other side, you got TSM Academy, who's got Greg, who was supposed to be their main jungler, but due to the injury, wasn't able to play. And you've got Brandini, who's subbed in and out of 100 Thieves Academy last year, I think it was. You've also got Blaze Olive, who's looked pretty solid. He's training under Bjergsen, so that's got to be worth something. And their bot lane, which honestly know absolutely nothing about. But we'll see how this goes. We've got the Sona ban. Okay, apparently Sona is a bannable champion in this league. Oh, right. The TSM has the support that they don't get to play, they don't have with them for some reason. I forgot about that. So this is going to be interesting. Silas is a common red side ban. You see that all the time. Urgot, the new jungle. Urgot, that kind of makes sense. Blabber's kind of a lot more aggressive, early game, get in your face, get in your jungle kind of player. Urgot's not exactly the strongest for that early on. Kindred ban, yep, that's one of the Blabber's kind of primary picks. Also, Urgot's pretty good into Kindred. You just pull her out of the ultimate with yours, and so, you pull her out of her ultimate with yours. So that's makes sense. Of course, they just ban the Kindred back, so it doesn't matter that much. We got a Corki ban. Corki's an interesting little flex right now. Usually it's been in the mid lane, but recently it's been popping up in bot lane too. We know Sneaky plays it. Keith's, they're banning it from TSM, but so Corki's makes sense. Got a lot of mobility options with the package, good for roaming. Damn, okay, we just picked that, just install, lock that Morgana. It's a nice flex pick. You can take it mid or bot. If you hate getting CC'd on, it's a great champion. Pushes out waves pretty easily. It's a very safe pick. Gives you some moderate engage too. Man, these picks are going by fast. We got Thresh Rise. Rise, another good flex pick. You can take that mid lane or top lane. Gives you good late game threat, decent potential 1-3-1, as well as map mobility. You got the Thresh, who's just a top tier support in my opinion. He's one of the best. You have get out of jail free with your lantern. You've got hooks to pull for picks or for full on engage. It's got good matchups. He's got a little bit of range, so he doesn't get totally bullied out of the lane. But on the other side, we're seeing the Xayah Rakan. Crazy duo, lots of damage early on. They look really good. They look good together. More ways than one. They're very strong bot lane. Lots of engage potential, lots of scariness, and you got the Morgana on your side. So you're up against a Thresh. Thresh isn't the tankiest either, so the engage onto that doesn't feel terrible. It's not like an Alistar where you just he just ulted and now we do no damage. But Sivir in the bot lane is pretty good. It's pretty easy to spell shield that Rakan engage. It's still slow enough that you can get that pretty easy. Keep that knock up from totally screwing your life. Of course, if you're charmed, then it doesn't matter. But you can only get one of those. But still, good. I like the Sivir pick. You can also pretty easily push out the wave. Sivir's got a lot of lane pushing priority usually. And you got the Thresh with you as well. So we're getting into second phase of bans. I got an Aatrox ban over here. Not sure if that's being seen in jungle as much anymore as it used to be. Definitely trying to limit pool. Okay, Rek'Sai is good early game jungler. Surprised that Cloud9's banning that. It seems like it would be a good Blabber pick, but I don't know, maybe Grig's shown up a little more on that than he has. Maybe they've got something planned out. Right now, comp-wise, the other thing that's really nice about Sivir is she fits well into the 1-3-1. She's got enough wave clear on her own to hold that middle lane pretty easily and just clear the waves pretty safely. Yasuo ban, oh my goodness. I don't know if that's a Golden Glue or a Kumo special. That Morgana's probably going mid lane right now, so that must be a Kumo. So there must be banning out Kumo's top lane pool. I don't know what just happened right there. Okay. I don't know if that was a mistake or what's going on here. We're going to jump back into the picks and bans. But yeah, so now we know the Morgana's most likely going mid lane. Jeez Louisa. GK. Here we go. We're back. So, well, hello, Renekton band. Good, strong top laner, makes sense. Jarvan, solid jungle, also flex pick. You can take that top still. So TSM leave a lot open. You could technically still pick jungle, top, or mid right now. That's a goofy little hover. I don't know what Keith is up to. But ignoring those, because they don't matter. So you got the Morgana mid. That's, again, nice, easy pushing. It'll probably even out-push a Rise, especially early on. We do have Lee Sin coming out for Blabber. Okay, that's a nice aggressive jungler. That makes sense. And the Riven top. Okay, that's pretty gutsy. I guess you don't feel bad about the Rise or the Jarvan matchup. I'm not sure. Rise might be... I feel like you're just so dodgy and you're getting in there so quick that you don't really have to worry that much about Rise. And Jarvan, you can easily just jump out of... I think you can jump out of his ult. So yeah, it is going to be... They're going to take Rumble top. That's going to be a pretty... I feel like that's going to be a jungle-dependent matchup up there. I feel like that could swing both ways. You have two no resource junglers, or top laners, with lots of cooldown-based gameplay. It's going to be pretty gutsy. But overall, for Academy, Cloud9 Academy, I'm not really sure. I guess you got Dive Buddies is kind of the name of the game here, where you got the Morgana who can peel for the Xayah instead of the Rakan. You got a lot of damage on Cloud9. You got the Riven, Lee Sin are going to do plenty of damage. Morgana's going to do good amounts of damage. Xayah, even Rakan's damage isn't negligible. Versus the 1-3-1 potential. Also, still good team fighting. I love wombo comboing Rumble ult with, or Jarvan ult with Rumble ult. You get somebody trapped in that Jarvan ult, and you just drop the red carpet on them, and they're just cooking in there like a little oven. So, pretty interesting to see how this works. That being said, over half the team of Cloud9 can get out of that Jarvan ult. Rakan can get out of that Jarvan ult pretty easily. Riven, like I said, I believe can still get out of it. Of course, Lee Sin can. Xayah can't. It is important to remember her ult does not let her get over terrain, so she can't get out of that. Morgana can't either, but I can also just see her ulting and then pressing Zhonya's and being fine being inside there. So I'm not sure who his engaged target... obviously, Xayah is going to be his engaged target, but... and the Black Shield isn't going to do anything for Xayah in that case, so that's pretty solid. But what is... TSM has good backline. I think they're going to be mostly going for this 1-3-1. Occasionally, like, you got Rise for flanks and team fights and stuff like that. One thing I like about Rise in the 1-3-1 is you can bring in him and the jungler pretty quickly from the side lane. So... There's a lot you can make a team fight out of a 1-3-1 comp if you've got a numbers advantage. Let's say they're answering your Rumble top with a two-man gank, and if you do that, that'll give you a numbers advantage in the mid lane. So if they are sending two to deal with your other side laner, otherwise there's a good damage out. One of the biggest problems I see looking at these two comps is Cloud9's damage profile is a little on the AD side. Morgana's damage isn't nothing, but it's not a lot either. That being said, no one's going to be like hard tanking up. Maybe Jarvan, but I mean we're looking at Conqueror Jarvan, so it's hard to call that a hard tank. So, or it might just be one of those where you just take the Conqueror, build tankies to make sure you get the procs. So we can see that going either way. Then nothing juicy in this level 1. Yeah, like I said, Morgana's going to have a lot of push priority mid. So we're going to see if Golden Glue can turn that into some roams, some tower plates. Definitely has matchups that can be affected. Like I said, top lane I feel like is very volatile. Assistance from mid laners or from junglers could really turn that into a just absolute murder fest. Level 1, we're getting some good harass from the Rumble. Gets the level advantage and just kind of bullies her off the wave. But Riven doesn't mind letting that get pushed under her turret. She can wave clear pretty easily. One thing I love, I play Rumble a bit top sometimes, and I love just bullying people under their turret. Just stay just on the edge of turret range, hit them with that flame spitter. If you're about to take a turret shot, you just pop your shield really nice and easy. So Rumble's going to be real happy to push this wave up, which is why you see the Jarvan making sure he gets that river scuttle early. You got to have the vision to protect your Rumble, because besides a little speed, he doesn't have a lot to escape a gank. And at least then Riven gank is going to be pretty devastating. It's a lot of damage. It's a lot of ability to jump on you and to stick on you. Bot lane, I don't expect a lot to happen at, though. I like the Zyrecon. I like the idea of getting that engage going in there. But, man, Sivir Thresh just feels super safe. I mean, you could have a Tahm Kench if you wanted it to be a little safer, but this gives you a little more potential too. Yeah, see, look at that. Good job shielding that from the Riven. Yeah, like I said, Riven isn't going to hate being under a turret. That being said, she does miss a few. But still feels good to be here. Ooh, we're getting an early gank. No vision here. No, he's just making sure he's safe to push her off the wave. Oh, man. Hard bullying from the Rumble. I love it. That's what I like to see. Riven's getting bullied. Let's see. First dragon's going to be Cloud, so that's probably not going to be a huge point of contest to contest over. Cloud's, especially in the LCS, well, even more in solo queue, but never the most prioritized. You want those early ocean drakes, or you always want earth drakes because they're huge, and then of course everyone wants infernal drakes, because who doesn't want to do more damage? Especially these two comps, you've got so many damage. Everybody does damage on your team, except for maybe the supports, but everybody else really wants damage, so that makes a lot of sense. Getting the glacial augment from that Morgana is pretty rude. It just feels bad. You're like, especially as Rise over there with the phase rush, you're just like, I'm not really moving. Looks like we might get a gank from Lee Sin top here. Just ganks through the lane. Riven is going through a lot of minions here, though. Looks like they pull it off, though. Like I said, it's a ton of damage for those two. And yeah, that's a nice clean gank from Blabber. Really pushed up from Rumble. You didn't even really have the vision to back him up. You could have ganked from the river just as easily. Greg, on the other hand, is still going to contest the scuttle. They're even going to teleport Rumble here. And make sure that they get that. Being said, it's still a small CS lead to start off with, so they're still it's still gonna be interesting. I still think Rumble is probably gonna have to play the same way. He didn't blow any summoners there except for teleport, so he can still flash out if he needs to. But yeah, it's just way too easy. I guess he thought maybe because he was in minion wave he'd be able to pull it off. But Riven's with the shield, with the the knock up to be able to make sure you're not taking damage during that little time, and she went resolve tree second, so she's a little tougher, a little bit of a tougher cookie, and probably has pretty solid rooms for that. No domination tree, so not a lot of lifesteal necessarily, but yeah. Plus the Conqueror proc, it's all going to be pretty safe to do that for Riven compared to most other characters. But like I said, we gotta just going to keep pushing that into the turret. We've got two obviously different strong sides, but the other thing is, like, I don't know if you can punish this TSM bot lane besides getting the turret plates. Like, I don't think you can dive that. Thresh has so much CC, and Sivir's got the spell shield. So most you're ever going to see bot side is pushing the wave in and getting turret plates. That being said, they're doing that pretty strong. And we already see Cloud9 moving in to steal the blue buff here. This is going to be nice and probably free. Bot lane's even coming to help. TSM really can tell this is happening. Yep, pretty free. So now you can give your mid laner your blue buff. That being said, look at all these. There's a ton of vision over at the Cloud9 blue buff from the TSM. They've got 2 pink wards in that area, so they'll know when that happens. It'll be interesting to see if they try and contest it. This is also pretty rough for Ryze, because Ryze wants to get that tier stacking up. Blue buff is huge for doing that. Gives you a lot more casts, gives you a lot more mana to work with. So this is a little rough on the Ryze. Morgana, all she has to do is drop that Tormented Soil, and then every once in a while try and Q for last hitting. So he doesn't need a huge mana pool. You also have Lee Sin, who doesn't really care that much. Oh, here's the engage. See, look, this... Oh, the ultimate, though. Yeah, the ult from Lee Sin really puts out the difference. Also, you got all 3 of the bot lane is 6 now versus the still level 5 TSM. That's the thing about having the wave push. I thought Sivir would be able to push wave against this, but I guess with Rakan helping and the threat of engage, the Xayah Rakan bot lane, that just shows you how strong they are, that they're pushing a Sivir in that hard. Yeah, the CS leads pretty much across the map for C9, except for the top lane, which is even stabled out a little bit. I think we just saw a little ridiculous section. This is a nice little bait. Just be like, oh no, you hooked me. Oh no. Lee Sin knocked you in the wall. Okay, so they didn't hit 6 until after this, but it was still bad. Lee Sin basically wins that by himself. So, what do we got going on? We still have a pretty even top lane. Still got a little bit of CS lead for the Rumble, but, I mean, the kill is going to balance that out. Riven's trading pretty well. Ooh, Lee Sin gets spotted by that ward, though. That feels bad. Blabber's just kind of wasting his time up here now. Brandini, if I'm Brandini right now, I'm just baiting this out as much as possible. I'm just trying to be like, no, I don't think your jungler's up here. No, okay. Well, he figured it out or just gave up on it. Wave's pushed away from him, and he wasn't really working that hard to push it back, so you're not going to get a lot of value out of that. Makes sense. Just back off. Plus, you got the Jarvan not too far away, and Cloud9 doesn't really know where Greg was. Most of Cloud9's vision is invested bot side, so you can even just say, hey, we don't see him on all this vision. We have bot side, probably top lane. Makes the most sense. And, man, blue team's got so much... Like, I guess the thing you have to remember is vision kind of has a way of going back and forth. Right now, Cloud9 has a lot more vision, but we just saw a bunch of pink wards in the Cloud9 blue side earlier, so I don't see any major objective. Like I said, nobody's going crazy over the Cloud Drake. The bot lane advantage is Cloud9's, but how much do they care? Oh my word, we have another engage bot. Oh, that could be... Ooh, that's what I was saying, though, earlier. Like, everybody can get out of that Jarvan ult. So who cares if you ult the Rakan? He's just going to jump out. Unfortunately, they might have stayed a little too long. Oh, he didn't knock her into the Sivir. Oh, if you knock him into the Sivir there, that's fucking dead. Flash ult is a confirmed kill on the Sivir, but isn't able to get the Jarvan. Will I assume Brandini ulted? No, he didn't. Yeah, he's probably just saving it. He's going to clear this wave behind the turret. He knows nobody's here to answer him. Everything just happened bot wave. See, even with the first kill, Rumble still has so much pressure in this lane. I didn't realize how one-sided it was. but not being able to use her resourcelessness as an advantage against another resourceless jungler or top laner means that she doesn't have that advantage going for her. Interesting rotation to mid from the Cloud9 duo. Again, remember, they don't care about Cloud Drake, so this bot lane advantage doesn't matter to him that much. Can we get Grig out? Yep, Operation Save Grig is fine. Thresh, I just love Thresh so much. I wish I could play Thresh well, but I'm really garbage at him. I always screw up the flays. So just easy, get your jungler out of there. Alright, so it wasn't really a lane swap, it was just everyone's covering each other. Morgana had been covering bot after everybody died, so mid lane, they just pushed it out for her. Because again, she just wants to keep Ryze up against that turret as much as possible. Pretty even on turret plates across the board. You've got the bottom lane versus top lane advantage, one plate each, and then mid lane, they both are really close to one plate. Ryze is pretty darn close. He didn't show up to that bot lane fight, which gave him a little more gold. Yeah, see, even this is not even real. This is just posturing for the sake of posturing. This is just tempting one another, seeing whether they'll go for it or not. It's not that serious. We do see the Sivir push getting online now. She's got some items. They're pretty even in items. You see both of them just on pieces, parts for now. Gold difference is pretty huge. Well, you got the kills, though. CS difference is huge, but all the kills are on Sivir, or on Xayah. Alright, this is a big fight, though. Lee Sin just gets kind of popped out of nowhere. Ryze is going to teleport bottom here and get another kill. Almost does a decent job trading it. The teleport from Brandini feels a little unnecessary. I guess Riven had already rotated down mid, so he knew he wasn't leaving her up to free CS and get turret plates. But they're coming mid now. Not going to do much here. Just nice, easy Cloud Drake. Almost got another turret plate mid. Bot lane's going to finally get to push out in favor of TSM. She's really trying to get that turret. This is real greedy. This is real. Oh my word, that lantern time. I always forget how long that thing lasts. But back to this fight. Lee Sin checks that bush, says, "Oh, nobody's there, right? Okay." And they just pop him. Just Ryze burst right out the gate. Jarvan gets that just before. Then he flashes out of the ult, though. Good try from Blabber. But unfortunately, Xayah is not able to get out. Good dodge there, but she had already used the pulling the feathers back, so she couldn't get that extra damage on a Sivir to finish her off. We're getting some bounties over on to TSM players. Gold's still dead even. Turret plates taken are super close. CS differences, there's, like I said, there's a lead in one lane and a lead in the other lane. Mid lane's pretty even. Junglers pretty even. Oh man, that feels... Oh, missing that though. Feels bad, mate. But yeah, because of the... Ryze has already got Seraph going. This game goes on though. You kind of... Let's see, who do you kind of favor? Sivir, Ryze are super strong late game. Rumble's pretty mid-game focused, but doesn't fall off too much in the late game. Jarvan's similarly situated. I feel like Riven will eventually start winning the sidelines, but I don't know. I don't play with or against a lot of Rivens. I like to ban that out when I'm top lane. So we do have first item completes by both bot lanes. Oh man, yeah, this is impressive. Just completely bullying him off that turret. They do get the Rift Herald as a response, so we'll see if they can get a turret in response, but that is first turret. Oh, I love that wave flare. Let's see where he's going to go with that. If I were you, I don't know if you care about matching. I mean, I love the mid lane turret's almost always the hardest to get. You usually have two really strong wave clearing champions. Especially at this point in the game, Ryze is starting to get nice and making it a lot easier for him to get those wave cleared off. As you can see how easy that was. A lot of spell cast, but he's already got a Seraph's complete, so, and upgraded. so he's not too worried about all those spellcasts. And Sivir, like I said, is eventually going to push this wave as she continues to unlock more damage, which means more wave clear. So I really want to slam at mid if I'm TSM. Next Drake is Ocean, which is again not a huge one. Okay, well, we're, like I said, slam at mid. You got the wave push for bot lane. I think it's going to push back though. I think they managed to balance that out. But might as well at least make sure you get the charge. Doing a really good job of using Cloud9's lack of vision. They weren't sure whether the bot lane was coming up, and they pretended like they were coming up, but they rushed back down to be able to get some pressure back on the bot lane turret. So you're getting a half doubled, is a weird way of putting it. You got neither turret, but you got more pressure on both turrets than you would have otherwise. So overall, pretty, not a lot bot, but better than nothing. They're again trying to force the vision fights here. Good job making sure you're flagging dragon out of that Morgana queue. Top lane matchup, like I said, I expected a lot more jungler intervention there. We had the early gank from Blabber, but it still hasn't helped Riven get stabilized in the lane. She's still down 10 CS. She's still down turret damage. So we'll see how that goes. Spear Sojourn is probably what she's rushing here. That'll help, but I don't think it'll get her there. Rumble's already working on, got his arm guard and his ninja tabby. Like I said, remember there's a lot of AD on this Cloud9 team, so ninja tabby's almost across the board. Merc treads from the Rise, because yeah, he's in the matchup where that's going to matter. Plus that Morgana Q always lasts about 10 years. Let's see, where are we going next? I don't know if we're going, I guess we got a lot of pings bot lane for this dragon. That's where they've been fighting for vision for a while. Hello, Greg walks into that, doesn't seem to care. He's already looking pretty tanky over here. But man, Diamond just gets bursted down. But here's the Morgana re-engage. Lee Sin's coming in, but he's not doing too hot either. Riven's got to complete this teleport, and TSM just cleans that fight up pretty cleanly. Rise did take some damage, but Tactical took 0 damage. Grig doesn't care. That's what I was wondering about this. He is probably looks like he is going to go for a more tanky build. Cinderhulk did get buffed, I believe, on this patch, so that makes sense. I don't know if he actually has it yet or not, though. But let's see. Yep, he did go Cinderhulk. So yeah, like I said, you get the Conqueror for the damage, and then you build tanky to make sure you actually get to hit that damage. All right, here we go. Let's see. Okay. Yeah, not actually fighting. Interesting. I did not. Did he get the kill? Okay, I was going to say, how did he get red buff? Who's giving their red buffs to Rumble? Cloud9's trying to make map rotations to get more turrets, but right now I feel like TSM's winning that with this Rise bot lane. They're starting that 1-3-1 I was talking about earlier. It's probably what I'm expecting them to do. Morgana's not going to be super powerful in a 1-3-1. She might be able to match it with wave clear, but I feel like, and she's not really turret diveable in the 1-3-1, but that's not really why you pick a Morgana either. You pick a Morgana for the team fights, for protecting your AD carry, for getting all that CC out, and that's not as useful in a 1-3-1. But yeah, you just see how they don't really have any frontline. If they're not getting all their damage out, Riven wasn't there to do any damage, whereas all of Cloud9 was there to do their damage. You've got a lot of damage on this, or TSM, all of TSM was there to do their damage. You got a lot of damage on Cloud9, but if you're not getting that, if you're not using your CC perfect, like if you're not getting all that damage out during the CC, this comp can really suffer. I'm surprised no one's matching this duo top. Hello? There we go. Maybe we got some movement, but Lee Sin sniffs this out, and he's coming up too. They did get the bot lane turret, so traded turret, still 1 up for Cloud9. Let's see. Baron's kind of early. No one got an Earth Drake. Next Drake's Infernal, so probably that'll be the next big fight, especially now that the side waves have mostly up. Rise is going to answer probably their weak lane, because Rumble's fine, like I said, going 1v1 versus the Riven. I think Riven's starting to turn that matchup around now that Spear Sojourn's done. Merc Treads are done. The Morello seems like a good answer. There's a good amount of life gain on Riven. Usually has a good amount of life steal built in, or being built. A lot of vision investment here top from TSM. You got 3 pink wards there, only 1 in the bot river. Interested to see where this goes. Oh man, you got all those slows. God, Morgana, Glacial Augment Morgana just feels so rough. Oh man, they're like, please jump that. Jump it right now. Do it, Diamond. No? Okay. Good choice, Diamond. Good choice. Yeah, Grig's already looking pretty tanky. Just 2-0-5 feels good. Pretty hard to kill. Siver's wave clear. Mid feels good. Pretty hard to do anything about. They're going to get this turret even. Holy crap. Just bullied it down against Morgana. That feels pretty good. Bot lane, he can just lose gracefully in the worst case scenario because he knows that the other lanes are going to go his way. Gold lead is just minusculely in the hands of TSM. Oh, that's actually one thing I want to point out. That Twin Shadows buy, I think it's really underrated at this point in the LCS meta or professional meta, because Vision is so kind of down recently. The options for Vision are a little lower now that you don't have Hunter or Tracker's Knife and all that kind of stuff. Only one. They constantly hear people talking about how little vision options there are. Now that being said, look at all of these freaking wards. But having Twin Shadow, something that'll just literally say, here's where people are. Even if they don't get to the people and light them up and get them that slow, you're still like, oh, they're in this direction. The nearest people are in this direction. Ooh, that feels bad. That's an ult down. Did literally 0. Again, even if you hit that on Greg, do you want to hit that on Greg? He's got the Thresh right there to pull him out. He's, again, the tankiest member of this team. Not sure. Feels real gutsy. But good job sniffing that out from Greg. Looks like they're going to move their vision to the bot side now. Man, Cloud9 is investing a lot of vision on that Baron. I guess they do have damage again. Like I said, that's one thing their comp has plenty of. Ooh, jumping on the Morgana. Quick flash out. Flash for ult feels pretty good, though. And right before, 5 seconds before this Infernal Drake, you get the flash out for the Morgana. Feels okay. I guess they're going to clear out the vision around this Baron. Like, I'm trying to figure out why Cloud9's investing so much vision around this Baron. Doesn't feel like they can take it yet. So, especially with Riven on the bot side here, yes, you can teleport up there. But what on earth are you doing, Kuma? You get out of there, boy. But yeah, feels like you're just giving away a free dragon, and all of your vision that you're investing top lane isn't going to get you anything out of it. So that's a free take for TSM. They're up 3 Drakes to 0, which I feel like it's so underrated. I feel like there's a lot of times where I see one team prioritizing dragons and the other team not. And even when the other team's winning in gold or map advantage, I still feel like because Elder Drake, especially double Elder, is so strong that when the team with all the dragons holds it, they have such a late game win potential. And because teams aren't clean enough, like I hate to use that as the classic excuse, but because teams aren't good enough to finish it, that in-game win condition just becomes enough to do it. Becomes enough to close out those games that have gone way longer than they should have. Cloud9's really hoping for bait bushes. Rakan's ultimate is back up. That's a pretty low cooldown, so that doesn't feel as bad as I thought. But Twin Shadow's just going to do not much here. Man. Just give some free mana over to Sivir. Thanks, bro. And Cloud9's still working around this Baron. Ryze feels pretty safe split pushing here. His ultimate's a nice little get out of jail free. Rumble's again gracefully losing to Riven and being happy with that. It's going to be interesting to see what we're going for here. Both 80 carries, probably pretty similar gold. Maybe a little more A little more advantage to Riven, or to Sivir, who has an item lead. Mid lane's pretty straight even. Maybe no, Ryze's items just cost more. Okay, so we got a bit of an engage. Yes, okay, thank you. Do not ult that Rakan. Force, yes. Okay, that's a good engage from TSM, and they're running out of here before Riven can get here. She does get a good chunk of damage off, but Rumble answers well. Ooh, Golden Glue, that Zhonya is just screwed over your AD carry. Nice clean fight from TSM. Very, very smart. It used your engage, then pulled off. Once the Riven got there, she got her kill, but you had disengaged enough that she didn't have a easy group of you to take care of, and you didn't have as much follow-up as you would have. The Lee Sin kick can really disrupt a fight. Put that front line into the back line and really just mess you up. I'm interested to see if I'm Lee Sin, right here I'm kicking. Yeah, okay, slowed. My guess, man, it feels like Lee Sin could have gotten out of there. I guess they thought they could kill the Jarvan fast enough. But man, good use of their engage. J4's just a solid solo engager. He's got plenty of follow-up. He's got Thresh Hook after he lands that. He's got Rise snares. And just plenty of AoE damage on this team. Sivir AoE damage, Rise kind of AoE. Yeah, it starts spreading his stuff. Rumble, tons of AoE damage. So I really like the team comp for that. Like I said, I like that Wombo combo. I don't. Obviously, it comes down to play too, but geez, Louisa, gold, just Rise is destroying him. Still more damage to the Morgana. Interesting. All right, so we got the Baron now. TSM's just gonna push this up. You can 1-3-1. You can 4-1. Please, don't underestimate. Ooh, you're gonna take that, Lee Sin. Okay. Blubber's a gutsy dude. You never know what he's gonna do. Man, these Morgana snares are pretty fire, though. Okay, there's the engage, but Rise is gonna be here quickly. This is not gonna be a 4v5 for long. Grig, where the heck are you going, buddy? They killed a Riven. Man, Grig, like I said, he's just so tanky, and in a game where there's no tanks. Oh, nice job getting onto the Sivir. This is just a stomp now. You're just running them over. Okay. Yep, that means that's just where TSM's at now, I guess. It's not even a huge gold lead. Now there's a huge gold lead. But before that fight by Baron, 5,000 of the gold lead just happened. So it was maybe a 2k gold lead before Baron. Not even. And now just plus 5k more gold. And that's literally game. Jeez, Louisa. Well done, TSM. Find your fight, run it down afterwards. I guess Cloud9 did all they could going for that 4v5, but Rise is never that far away. Feels good. Overall, you couldn't do anything with the Riven split push. Got answered pretty easily by the Rumble. I like the flex picks from TSM there to have the jungle, top, mid. Who knows which one you're going to get. All in all, I think TSM played that pretty cleanly. Both teams knew where their winning lanes were, played to them pretty effectively. I think TSM knew where the next objective to fight over was a little bit better at Cloud9. Like I said, I don't know why they had all that vision around Baron early, a little early for either team to take it, whereas Cloud9 was like, hey, we got an Infernal Jade coming up. Let's clear out the vision on that side. That seems like the bigger pick. So I think a little bit better understanding from them. Overall, good job, TSM. Nice game one.